Hi Stampin' friends. The point of this is actually to show how to use some of the papers Stampin' Up! Has if you don't have the matching stamp set and dies. But if you don't have the paper, you can always cut out these large images with your scissors, of course, which can be a little tedious. But I just wanted to show you a couple different ways to go ahead and use this paper and maybe get a little use out of it that you might not think of for yourself. So let me get started. I have a couple of things ready here. I just kind of threw some things together quickly. I didn't want to overwhelm anyone, and I wanted to do a lot of my cutting while you were watching so that I could show you what I'm talking about. So to me, this may not be necessarily a background that I would use, but it would be really easy to use it as just a little strip along the side. Now, during Halloween, my goodness, during Valentine's Day, we used a lot of this little paper here with the tiny hearts. So I don't have very many intact, large mushrooms that are left, but this would be something that you could cut out and add to your card as well, or you could use the hearts as a little side strip. So the first one that I worked on, or imagined, I just kind of found this in my stash, and I thought it would be cute to layer the Bermuda Bay on. The main colors in this paper, of course, are your Real Red, Bermuda Bay, Blushing Bride, and Daffodil Delight. So what I would suggest doing is just planning, how you might use your little guy and your hello. Another idea I had I wanted to show you, how we've used the flowers on the edges and just tucked them into the side. One thing you can do with, like this little guy, he's along the edge of the paper, and so he's partially cut off. It is really easy. You can just make it look like he's carrying a little letter. It would, in his, he doesn't have hands, but I thought that would be super cute, which would allow you to use something that's right along the edge that you might not normally be able to use. So there was one idea. So let's get started on picking some papers to use with this. It has these tiny little snails, which would be cute, but also these dashes would be cute because they're in the matching colors. Another cute one is these letters and different snail mail. And, on the Daffodil Delight, that would look super cute on here as well. And the background is the little postage stamps. And then our hellos on the back have this really cute little mushroom print. So for example, I suggest you use these when they're not the hellos. So like you have some hello, but then you also have bonjour. And if you know someone in France or Quebec, you could possibly, of course, send that. But if you don't, then you can use the part that has the bonjour and cut it off and use it as a strip. So let me get my tiny paper cutter here. Just gonna cut off a little, show you what I'm talking about. Let's see about how wide I want it, probably about there. There we go, I believe that's 1.25 inches. So that makes a perfect layer when we are, whoops, that's not the one I meant to grab. When we are ready to make a layer on your card. So you can use these little pieces in the center, and then I would consider probably putting one of these across here. Let me do that real quick. And I'm just measuring to 4 inches as always and cutting. Maybe right there. And I hope these fade. If they don't look like they're kind of going away, then I may want to end up changing what I do on this. But I was imagining that they would kind of, well, I don't know, it's pretty bright. But let me grab a little bit of this paper. Let's see here, cut it across. Let's see, I cut this 1.25, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut this to 1.5, so it'll be a nice layer for it. And then cut to 4. So then this will make a nice layer here. And then I'm just going to find my other piece of paper I wanted to use. Oh, this would actually be quite a cute one. Let's see here. Let's do this one on the back side. Now I could just use the one I already had here. Now what I've done here is cut really big pieces of paper. So probably what would be wise is to go ahead and cut these down a little bit. Maybe down to, let's see, first I'll cut that there. So if we're gonna have it be 5 1/4, it's probably a good idea to cut it down to about 2 3/4 each layer, because then you end up with a few pieces here that will be useful for something else. So I'm gonna cut this down to 2 3/4. Okay, so then just gonna get my, whoopsie, sorry, I'm making a mess. I'll find my adhesive. There we go. I'll put this on the top. I'm doing the back side, of course. There we are. This right up at the top, get it as even as I can. Always interesting. Then I'll put this one at the bottom, like this. And see, so I don't necessarily need it to fill all the space. Just, oh, I want to put it right side up though. Glad I hadn't stuck that down yet. I can usually peel these up, but just in case. I'll scooch it just a little this way. All right, there we are. And then it'll make things a little neater when I put this layer on with this. I'm just gonna go across here like this. And I'm just leaving the same size edge on each side as best I can. And then, I'm ready to put this on. Just a little strip across. Remember to twist the new Stampin' seal. It makes it easier to manage. Okay, so there we are there. All right, and then I was imagining putting our little layers here. These are the layering circles dies, as usual. Here and here. Little scooch this direction. There we are. I'm just going to get some dimensionals to make it stand up a little bit. I'm all fumbly tonight because some of my nails broke off. I must need to take better vitamins because they were breaking off this week. Okay, so then I'm put this on the side, and then maybe imagine this little girl or our little guy. Where did he go? There he is. That we've cut out ahead of time, and just put him on the side. So let me go ahead and pop him up on some dots. There we are. And there he is, looking cute. So then all we want to do on this one basically is just say hi or thank you. I was thinking maybe I could do a thank you so much. That would be cute. So let me find my white paper. I'm not sure where I set it. Here I did. There we are. So I'm thinking I will use real red because it's a nice bright red and it's usually really easy to read. Yeah, thanks so much. That turned out nicely. You can see there. And then maybe I will use, whoops, let's trim this off a little bit. Got a little close, or a little far from the edge. Okay. There's the thanks so much. So we can put it down here. And then once you've gotten this far, you're pretty much ready to just add some embellishments. So I would suggest probably something in the bright blue or in the yellow. So we have, let me find them real quick. I cannot get these organized where that I can find them quickly. I keep them over here on the side so that they're handy, but then they're not always quick. But I do like these Playing with Patterns resin dots, and they carried over into the new catalog, so they will be fun to use for a while longer. So then that just, oh, I didn't get that straight, but you guys know I would get it straight if I was not nervous and working here on quick time here. Oops, dropped my thanks so much. So there you can see, that's just a nice quick little card, and you've used up quite a bit of paper here. You could make, out of each one of these, you could probably make about 4 cards, and that's just out of the part that's in the share. If you had the whole pack of paper, you could make lots more of them. All right, so now I'm ready to move on to the next one. So what I was imagining for this one was to put the stripe going the other way. So I have the card running this direction. I better close this up, or you guys know how I am with these inks. I might make a mess. So I'm going to put this piece on the inside, or at the bottom, I guess you'd say. There we go. I think I'll just make it a 4x4 square. Actually, that may have not been the right move, because I don't know if this, I don't think this one's long enough. Oh yeah, it is, okay. And then, because then what I can do is add a layer up here to put my sentiment actually on. I can just use this as the part that's covered in the front, when I have the front on. So then I'll add this here. Just kind of straighten that up. And if everything looks crazy and backwards, it's because the mirror flip is broken on Facebook, so I'm not able to do that. Okay, so then what I was thinking was you could either put this size of the scalloped rectangle, or you could put this size. So I think I'm gonna go with this one. I like how it's kind of a little bit smaller scallops. Oops, and I did not mean to do that. Luckily, when I do that, I can take this off with my adhesive eraser. And just kind of, now I probably won't make you watch me get that all off, but eventually this will just all come right off, no problem, when you make little mistakes like that. Thank goodness. Okay, there we go. And then back this way to the top. And I think I'll put it about right there. I was looking one way and I wasn't looking the other. Okay, there we are. So then at this point, you might want to put your little person here, your little snail. And then I wanted to show that on the back side of the paper that has the snails on it. So this paper, the back side is this kind of Bermuda Bay with swirlies. But, you know, you'll have some that's left over that you can't cut, that doesn't have a full snail on it. So you can reuse that by taking a little cut. Oh, that didn't work, but it slid while I was working. But you can use that piece then on your card. Let me find it. I had 2 or 3 of those here, so I could show you. Let's see. I'll just find another spot where there's not a good one. Right here. There we go. So you can use this down in the corner to hold your sentiment, whatever you end up punching out. Like we could even use from the last one, you can see here where the little thanks so much. And it just kind of makes it have a little more interest. I'll probably put this on a yellow layer whenever I get ready to use it. But anyway, you can see that you could make this into a little scene. And then somewhere here, I had one that I cut out. I thought it'd be cute to put these little letters along, you know, like along the edge, and just kind of let those kind of be the embellishments. But then I really wanted to have a hello, so I guess since I don't have that working, I will go ahead and cut out a hello real quick. And one thing I like to do is leave it fairly wide around whatever it is I'm cutting out, because that'll make it seem more like a die cut. You know, if you leave at least a 1/16 of an inch around each one of the things that you cut. Of course, like this, I'm probably not being as careful as I normally would. So there you can see, you just put the little hello on, and that will make a sweet little card. You cut out a couple more of the little envelopes, and you'll be all set to make a sweet little card for someone. So anyway, I am sorry that this was so crazy, but I will go ahead and post it and let you see it in case you missed part of it on Facebook. But I hope it goes better next time. So anyway, sorry, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.